Hi, this is Misha, and we just got chased in by the rain. We were out shooting this pistol here. Kind of unique little gun. This is the South African Vektor, V-E-K-T-O-R, which is today Littleton. CP1. This is a pretty standard 9mm pistol that absolutely does not look standard. And I received this actually thanks to the Mosin crate. They had a few of these come in this summer, and I missed that. And then I noticed it, so I emailed the owner and said, hey, if you have any more CP1s, or if you held one back for yourself, decide you don't want it, let me know. I was kind of interested because I have that South African Vektor LM5 rifle. Also, I have had these in the past and when I was still selling a lot of Century stuff, so I had handled them. It's a really odd gun. This was developed in the 90s as a self-defense, kind of an early CCW type weapon, to be very modern, cutting edge. It was also developed for police use. And they imported a few of these to the USA between about 99 and 2000. But there was a recall due to not necessarily being drop safe. Vektor bought them back and refunded, so they're very uncommon today. Obviously the ones that came in back in the 90s, 2000s, that was during the assault weapons ban, so they would have had a magazine limited to 10 rounds. So the magazines were very much limited to 10. However, imports like this one are allowed to have the standard magazine. This is a 13-shot double stack. It has the finger rest extension. There's also a version with a flush base plate. And I know online sources say it holds 12. You know, I had those in a few years ago too. I cannot remember if it was actually just 10, 11, or 12, but it's a little lower capacity and you don't get this finger rest. So, you know, the grip would pretty much end right here. Again, this was meant to be a carry gun. And that kind of explains the bizarre appearance. Everything on this gun is well rounded. This was really made before pick rails were standard on handguns. We have about a 4-inch barrel, so not long or short. A lot of places report this as a striker fire. It is not, as a concealed hammer, so operationally very different. This mag release is very flush, but quite large, and it is reversible. The safety is very unique. It's kind of Garand style. That's off, that's on. We also have a trigger safety here. It's like on a Glock, but a much larger pad. Press in to pull. If you don't press it, it cannot go. They did retrofit and then make newer ones with drop safeties in them. Polymer frame. This back part's polymer. We have fixed, pretty tall, but sights. Pretty standard otherwise.
Go ahead. Very deliberate double taps.
So it looks very conventional once you get past the curves. But it's interesting because internally it operates like an HK P7, less of course the squeeze cocker. It uses a gas piston under the barrel, and that's to retard a straight blowback system. This just has a fixed barrel with a spring around it. Anyone who owns a Walther PPK or Makarov will be familiar. But since this is firing 9x19 Parabellum, NATO, there is a piston with a gas port, and that makes a kind of a seal pressure pushing forward on the slide, which keeps it from unlocking prematurely. So it's pretty interesting. And this allows the gun to remain both compact light, and simple to make. Now these are not, as I said, very common, so I just thought we would show it to you today. There just aren't many videos out there about these. It is definitely a product of the turn of the millennium, when they were trying to go into the new style of polymer guns. And we're probably not sure what new guns are going to look like, hence the very unusual shape and safety and even to some extent unusual operating system. To be fair, more recently the Walther CCP has gone to a very similar gas system as well. But yeah, we just thought we would share this with you. That was really about it. I just thought it was interesting, since I already had the Vektor LM5, to also see another product from Vektor in South Africa. There are not very many in the USA, even in small numbers, so kind of interesting. Well, if you have any questions or comments, please post them below. If you like this video, please click like. And if you haven't already subscribed and could do so, we'd really appreciate that. This is a neat case too. It has kind of these spring-loaded locking latches. They were trying to go kind of futuristic with the case. Anyway, this is Misha, and we'll catch you next time.